welcome back to Everyday Grace for Mom. Earlier this week, we talked about a couple different ways to spend more time with the Lord. But today I want to talk about why it's so important to be spending time with the Lord. And I want to open up scriptures today and show you some busyness in the Bible and show you how the Lord responded to it. So follow along as we open up and talk about Mary and Martha. Today, we're going to be talking about busyness in the Bible. When I studied out this lesson, it was extremely humbling because I am somebody who can stay busy. And I'm not talking about the normal busyness of motherhood. I'm talking about the unnecessary busyness of just walking around my house and finding something to do every 2 seconds. That doesn't necessarily need to be done. So this lesson has been extremely humbling for me to study out, but I hope it's as encouraging to you as it has been to me. So today we're going to talk about some ladies in the Bible who spent a lot of time being busy. Now, we are going to be talking about Mary and Martha today and how Jesus spent some time at their house and what his reaction was to their busyness. Now, I'm going to start off by reading that and then we'll dive right into it. So Luke 10:38 through 42 says, "Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received them into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about with much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister hath left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Jesus answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her." There is a lot in those verses. So let's talk about it a little bit. The first thing I want to go over is just what's happening. Jesus has been traveling with his disciples, and as he travels through the certain village, Martha invites them into her home. And I think that is a wonderful thing. She invites Jesus, she invites his disciples to come and to minister unto them. That is a good thing. Another good thing is that she is ministering to them. She's taking care of them. I don't believe anything that Martha is doing is bad. I think she's chosen good things, and I believe that she thinks that she is doing great things for Jesus. Now we come to partly through the verse where Martha goes up to Jesus and said, Lord, dost thou not care? So I want to pause right there and talk about my first point today, which is good things might not be the best things. If you're anything like me, when I walk around in my house and I'm cleaning and I'm doing things, nothing I'm doing is bad. I'm tidying my home. I think that's a great thing to have a tidy home. But I do not need to be following my daughter around every second of the day with a broom and a Clorox wipe. That is me wasting time when I could be spending time with her. This is something that's been very convicting to me recently because that is a good thing to do. Keeping a clean home and clean counters and sweeping every 2 seconds, those are not bad things to be doing. But it is me wasting time. It is me not being profitable, not me doing the best option for my day. Now, these are all good things, but if these good things come before the Lord, then they are no longer best in my life. They're no longer good. If I think that me taking care of certain things in my day or tidying up certain things, if I think that's okay to take the place of Jesus or take the place of spending time with the Lord or with my family, those aren't good things anymore. Those are getting in my way and they're not needful. Now, this is a hard point for me to hear because that is something I love to do. I just love to walk around and feel productive, but that is not necessarily what I should or could be doing at that moment. Now, the important part of these verses is how Jesus responds. So let's get into that. So Martha comes up to Jesus and, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister hath left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Jesus answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. And Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. How many things in your day are needful? How many things in your day do you need to get through the day? Now, for some of us, depending on which season of life you're in, there are a lot of things in your day that might be needful for you to get done. And that's just a fact. Motherhood is a busy season, and that's okay. But there are certain things in our life that should take priority, like spending quality time with our family. Not the cleaning around them kind, but the quality time with them, and spending quality time with the Lord. Those are needful things, and that's what Jesus says. Jesus said there was one needful thing. Now, I've used the example of cleaning a lot just because that is my stumble. That's my stumbling block that I feel like I always seem to trip over every day, just wasting time doing busy work. That's not necessary. But I challenge you to look into your life and see what might be standing in your way of having those quality relationships with your family or with your children, or what's standing in your way, what's becoming your distraction to spending time with the Lord. Now, something I have noticed in my life specifically is that I use busyness as an excuse. And I believe that the devil knows that. He will take days that are busy in my schedule, are busy in my time, and he will distract me. The devil will distract me with all these other things so that by the time I lay my head on the pillow that night, I have not sat down and played with my daughter that day, or I have not sat down and read my Bible or talked to the Lord all that day. And that's when I know I feel very defeated, because I feel like the devil has won. So this has taken time for me to learn personally, but I wish someone had told me this when I was a younger mom, so that I could have known what to do, and that it was okay. Busyness is not bad. It just has to be in the right priority. Now, something that has been really challenging me, to after reading through this and reading through the needful thing and kind of examining my life on what's needful and what is not, I've been processing this a lot lately, and something came to my mind. What would I rather my daughter say about me in 20 years? Would I rather she say, what was your mom like when you were young? Oh, she kept our house very clean. That would feel like a punch in the stomach. I don't want her to say that. I want her to say, oh, my mom was great at spending time with me. My mom was great at making little things fun. My mom was great at just spending time with us, or she was the best bedtime book reader. That's what I want my daughter to remember. But not just that. If someone said, was your mom a Christian? Is your mom a Christian? Did your mom love the Lord? I want her to say yes. I want her to see me try. There are some days where I might not be able to sit down and read chapters upon chapters or spend hours in my prayer closet, but there are days where I can sit and I can read through part of a chapter or part of a verse, or meditate on something and put it in my mind and have that on my thought, so that when my daughter's older and she looks back, she says, you know what, my mom was busy, or my mom was a good mom, but she always made time to spend time with the Lord. That's what I want her to say. That's what I want her to reflect on when she's older, so that maybe when she's a mom, she can have that encouragement or that testimony to live to, or to have as an example. So today's lesson has been very humbling for me, because I'm definitely a mom of being busy when it is not the needful thing, is how Jesus referenced it. There are needful things in our life, and one of those is taking time to spend with Jesus and putting our family first in the best way. Not just the good way of cleaning up after them and following them around. Once again, that's my example and my pitfall, but to really learn how to spend quality time with the Lord, and quality time with our families and in our home, and taking time. So I challenge you today to just review your day. This takes time, and it was very hard for me to learn. So do not think that you'll wake up tomorrow and feel magically like this will be easy and fun. It's not always fun. Sometimes it can be difficult. But I challenge you to just look through your day. What is needful? What is not needful? What has the devil pushed into your day that you don't need to worry about, but that may be taking up space in your mind or in your time? I challenge you, just review your day. Spend some time with Jesus. Spend time with your family. And put your needful things, how the Lord puts it, into perspective. Thank you for listening to Everyday Grace for Mom. I absolutely love studying out this lesson, and I hope it was an encouragement to you as it was to me. If you did enjoy this lesson, please feel free to subscribe and follow along on this journey. But for now, thank you for listening to Everyday Grace for Mom.